This is a reading video for a certain magical index episode 8, 9, and 10 of season 2. Click in the link description below to go watch my reaction and then come back here to see my full thoughts, ideas, and theories about these episodes and what's to come and all that good stuff. So click away now or be spoiled as to what happened in these episodes. Okay, so ultimately, I thought it was gonna be like cool little battle royale with all the different schools and some cool almost like a tournament arc almost kind of thing, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be that. I mean, it's not over yet, so maybe, but I think it's focusing more on this kind of like church thing that are like trying to take over the city kind of thing in a way. Um, so okay, so a couple things. One, these episodes had a crap ton of fan service, just like all over the place. Like just every episode had like 20 or whatever fan servicey bits. Toma just getting wrecked in every single one of them, just like for whatever reason. He just walks in trying to get his clothes or whatever, sees a girl, trying to find Index, whatever. He's trying to do anything, just like trying to do whatever his goal is, kind of thing. Find Index, get clothes, whatever, and he just happens to just walk in at the most like horrible time. I know that's his thing. He's like bad luck. But yeah, it's just like every single episode there was something to like hurt him kind of thing because of fan servicey reasons. Um, but also I noticed a couple bits with the music of the actual episode. I think I've said this before on Index things, like in season 1, but the music and some of the scenes in the actual anime and everything kind of seemed off. Like they didn't really go with the tone like they were kind of going for. Like so, I'm pretty sure it was just a scene with Index and Toma just talking, and it should be like kind of like a lighthearted kind of just discussion, but they had the kind of like like overlaying music that's like almost like intense like build up kind of like whatever sort of music. They play it quite a bit, the same music track kind of thing, but just a little bit odd that they keep using like that same track, and it's like it doesn't fit like a lot of the kind of tones they're going for, I guess. But little kind of gripe that I had. But anyway, so yeah, so there's a certain branch of the church who was trying to take control of Academy City. And at first they thought it was going to be this kind of holy sword that was going to or be able to kill saints, that kind of thing. Turns out doesn't even exist. It's just maybe a code word or like just a ploy to get like people distracted on one certain thing, kind of thing. Um, until like the whole deal goes down, kind of thing, on what's going to happen there. Um, so I'm interested to see what the actual deal is. Like, is it just like, again, a distraction for people who are like noticing the transaction, or is it like a code word, or do they actually have a real weapon that can kill saints? Or I was thinking maybe it was a code word for a person. So you know how Toma has like the cancellation, like Imagine Breaker, his hand. Stands to reason there might be one more person in the world who has some kind of god killing ability, kind of thing. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like maybe they have somebody who can kill saints, kind of thing, very easily. And that is up for grabs, kind of thing. But they deem them as like this holy sword because the holy sword like talks about killing saints. Maybe they they nicknamed this person, whatever the sword is, because effectively they can do the same thing the sword can in myth, kind of thing. It's almost like calling somebody Excalibur, basically. So like Excalibur, this holy sword that was like pulled from a stone, kind of thing, and all that kind of stuff. So like naming somebody after a weapon, effectively. That's kind of like in my mind what might be a thing, a possibility. But obviously, I think it might be just like a code word for the transaction kind of thing. Who knows? The two new people in the show, the courier and the girl from Toma's class, um, are both very fan servicey characters, especially the courier. Especially the courier. She was like going on and on about some like very lewd things in that one battle with Toma and everything. Um, Also, Toma like there's a lot of bits in these episodes where I was literally like yelling at Toma to hurry up and like do like a task because like he's learned that if anyone's glowing with like magic hurting, he can go over there, touch them, and cancel it out, right? Like he should know by now. He should immediately go there as soon as he thinks about it, without even thinking, kind of in a way touch them to deal with it. If it doesn't work, then go deal with the thing that's like causing it, kind of thing. I know I was yelling for him to help the friend out. The friend. I'm not even sure if he's a friend or not. The boy, the blonde hair, help him out, kind of thing. But it was yeah. It turned out that the little card that the girl had still still happened, whatever. It was more so a time limit thing. So it doesn't matter if he destroyed the card or her like that. The spell should have kept going basically. So there's no way to get it out or take it off or take it whatever remove the spell itself. So at this point he should just instantly like okay I got this and just like help him if it doesn't work. Then go like fight the girl or whatever. But her fighting style is pretty interesting. Her almost like a Rolodex of like spells that she just kind of picks from, and then she like rips it, and that's what activates the spell, kind of thing, which is really interesting. And all of them are different. Every single card is different, which is really interesting. I wonder how she knows what they are, like, because ultimately she rips them, and then that's when the actual card itself like burns in the inscription of like what it is, kind of thing, almost like whatever, like a rune card or something like that. So her like the act of ripping it, either from her mouth or ripping it or whatever, burns the runes on the card and then activates the spell, kind of thing. Whereas it like most of it was attack spells or like whatever, just to attack it. She was actually pretty shocked about the don't move spell, the one is like don't move or you die, kind of thing. And then Toma's like, I'm not dying, and then just like starts sprinting at her, and then she like I think she activates something else, or no, she I can't remember if she rips it up or I can't remember what she did, because like she was like it was like prepared, like the sword thing or whatever it was. It was that thing was prepared, and then she did something to activate the card, and then like that's when everything started shooting up and started like attacking him. And then he just instantly like destroyed it. So it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of really funny bits too as well. Toma's mom is a hilarious like character. Like the dad always like falls like kind of or like not falls for. I mean probably falls for them. I don't know. But looks all kind of blushy towards like all the women that he meets basically, and the mom is just like again. It's just like again. I mean even with Railgun's mom, even that was the first person that we've seen Toma's dad interact with, and the mom immediately straight out of the gate was like again, kind of thing. So like this must happen all the time, and then she just like she's just done with it. I mean, she's not done with it. Obviously, she's gonna stick with the dad, but she's just like she's always mad like at him at doing that, which is really funny. We got to meet Railgun's mom, and my prediction for her was that she's a single mom, and that she might not be the greatest mom, but we're not sure yet. I mean, obviously, like right now, they seem pretty good. They seem pretty all right, kind of thing. So they're not like a bad mom, kind of thing. So maybe just single mom. I think it's just single mom, kind of thing, because otherwise the dad would be there. I would think. Otherwise, if the dad like works somewhere else, kind of thing. Whatever. Yeah, he's too busy for it. Whatever. Something like that. I don't know. But we met the mom, so it was really cool to see that. we actually got to for the first time actually interact with the mom of Toma's mom, because before she looked like Index effectively, when we had that beach thing. Also, yeah, so apparently. Toma's mom and dad knows nothing about Index, other than she was there at the beach house, kind of thing. Like that was it. That was literally all they knew about her. Like Toma never talked to them about who she is, kind of thing. I mean, obviously for maybe like uh, protection wise, right? You can't tell everything about Index because otherwise you look like a crazy man. And then like, oh yeah, she's got millions of books inside her head that she memorized. Kind of stuff that's like you're like, sure, whatever, whatever. So obviously she can't go into like full detail about who she is, but you'd think something, right? Some kind of fake story or whatever to kind of like ease it over, like an exchange student, or something. I don't know. Something like that to kind of tell the parents. But apparently, not even they know anything about her. Um, so it's interesting. It's very interesting. Um, so I was hoping, like I said at the beginning, I was hoping this was going to be like kind of like a cool tournament arc, so that way we could see espers kind of fighting each other, kind of thing. And I was hoping maybe like Railgun would have pushed this far into their story, so that we can see like Railgun's side of the whole event. Whatever, her doing all these like these tasks to like fight the other schools and everything. Um, but I know season 2 of Railgun ends at a certain point, and then the rest is kind of like up in the air, kind of thing. I guess, kind of thing. Anyways, I would have loved to see like a cool tournament arc for Railgun. But it looks like we're just gonna kind of see glimpses of it or whatever. But the one that we did see, or the two that we did see, I should say, the one where Toma's class went ham on the people like shooting like lasers kind of thing at him. That was a cool little thing. I mean, we didn't see the whole thing, but we saw like their determination to go push through and like fight him, kind of thing. So that was pretty cool. Then we saw the one with the hoops kind of thing. Like, so one class involved like something like 30, 50 kids, whatever, on one side, one of the boys basically, and then like on the other side there was like 10, maybe 15 girls like from Ruggan's school, uh, Tokidi High. No, I think she's a middle school class. I can't remember the actual school name, but uh, basically they were there, just like 10, 15 of them, like with abilities, kind of thing, just like attacking the kids basically while they're trying to make hoops, which is interesting. So we saw that. I can't remember if we saw anything else. I'm probably missing something. I probably, because like they didn't really show like in depth like all these battles. They kind of just glimpsed out a couple things here and there. Um, so we never really got to see too much stuff for a long time, like a full battle. We never saw the full, like any kind of full event. I guess technically we saw a full event with when Railgun was going up against Toma and all kinds of stuff, and the hoop one. We saw it kind of in a way the full thing, but it was kind of interrupted like at the very end. So I guess technically we didn't even see the end of it. But I don't know. Would be cool to kind of see like full event, of all these characters we've known across Railgun and Index, kind of coming together to kind of do cool activities together, kind of thing. Doesn't have to be like a magic, death battle like in the side streets kind of thing happening every single episode. So I hope we get to see, or I do hope we get to see some battles or some events or whatever like that in the next couple episodes or like that before the end. Because I'm not sure how long this festival lasts. I'm not sure if we're going to see all of it in Index, kind of thing. So that's kind of like what I'm worried about. But other than that, fan servicey episodes for sure. I just keep saying that because it's true. Like every single episode had like 5 or 6 things that are like fan servicey. Um, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Tune in next week for some more Index, and like I said, at the end of season 2, then we'll jump back over to Railgun to watch the rest of Railgun that we skipped over, because pretty much yeah. So Crow said after like everything from here on out, Railgun doesn't really like cross over with with Index, so there's no real point to jump back and forth at this point. So just gonna finish up Index and then go back over to Railgun. And then if there is kind of like a side story kind of spin-off thing, we'll go do that. But I'm not sure of that yet. I remember something about that, but I could be remembering a different series that I'm doing right currently. So forgive me for that. I'm sorry. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week for some more Index. Thank you, buddy.